Taurus, my name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. Today we are going to be doing a special pick a crystal reading just for you. This reading is going to be good from birthday of 2024 to birthday of 2025, so it is a full year type vibe. We're going to be doing one side with love, one side with money, and an overall vibe. What I'm going to do now is hold up each crystal individually so you can look at them carefully. You pick a crystal, the group numbers will be on the screen, and then you go into the comment section and click on your group. Okay, so for group number 1, by the way, all three of these are pyrite, and it is one of my favorite crystals. So here we go. We have the pyrite sphere for group number 1. For group number 2, we have the pyrite obelisk. For group number 3, we have the pyrite pyramid. So once again, we have, see if I can do that. No. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. I will freeze the screen, take a picture, and let you decide. I'll see you all on the other side. Hello, Taurus, happy birthday. If you have chosen the pyramid and chosen group 3, this is your reading. Okay, so let's get started here. There's a lot. You have this ruin here of sudden change. There is something that's going to happen, and it's going to happen pretty suddenly this year, on your birthday year. Spirit is trying to tell you to definitely believe in the impossible. It looks definitely like the impossible may occur. You may be rising from ash. There may have been things that have happened in your past, either in your love life or your work situation or your money, that required that. But the spring is coming here, Taurus, and you have abundance. What comes in the spring are all the things, the seeds we've planted the year before, or perhaps even in the fall. But seeds that we've planted prior, they do spring, and you do have believe in the impossible and sudden change. Sometimes it's shocking change. It's almost like a tower moment. So let's see. Let's start with your love life here. You do have this card, which says, have faith. The angels are working behind the scenes to make this relationship flourish. Now, this could be a relationship that you already have in your life. This could be a relationship that you're trying to manifest into your life. You have pulled the diamond card here, and it says you'll be giving or receiving a precious gift. Now, just remember, this reading is birthday to birthday, so it really does encompass a year. So within that year, it looks like you might be gifted with something, and this gift might be a human being. It might be a person. It might be a diamond from that person. It might be a commitment. But I do think it's something like that. I don't think it's like, a gift that's wrapped up in a bow. I think it's something serious. It's a serious gift. I'm going to take some of these cards here. Let's see. I'll just do them one at a time so you can really see them. You do have a ship that comes in, and you may have been staring at these empty cups for a while. You may have been stuck in that mode, but there is a ship that's going to come in and put you on it. You have an opportunity here. There's an opportunity that's going to present itself here, and this is something of a competitive thing. This might be a person that other people want. This might be a person that you, or that at least one other person wanted. This is something that you're going to get chosen over someone else, or somebody, or a couple of other people. You have persevered. This is perseverance. Now, this is either perseverance of you, from you waiting for the one, or it's perseverance within a relationship with someone that you've wanted specifically. There is some toxic energy tied to this. This could be a Capricorn. It doesn't have to be toxic energy. It could be a Capricorn, but there's some toxic energy here. I just don't see it as a big warning. I mean, this honestly, if you really want to know the truth, and we'll pull from this deck, it could be some really, hot sex, to be honest with you, that goes on within this relationship. Like I said, I don't see warnings here, especially with this diamond card. At the bottom of this deck, I mean, look, you have the star. Guaranteed success. I mean, how could you really look at that and think it's anything but hot sex? It probably is, right? So let's look at this deck here. We have, this is something that's been germinating. Do you see behind? This is the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is said, legend has it, that he's a Taurus. And you see, whether you're male or female, there is something germinating back here. There's something going on behind the scenes. There may come a time where you have to face your demons. There may be some demons from the past that you need to clear away. You may have some stuck energy when it comes to your love life that you need to cut away, right? And you're going to go introspective with this Virgo energy. You're going to go introspective, and see, that's another sign of abundance. There's something germinating in that egg. But you're going to do this. You're going to go introspective. And once you leave that negative, I don't know if it's negative. Once you leave one place to go to another, there is no going back. You see how the road's falling away behind this person? You have a choice to make, but this Gemini energy can also be, obviously, it's the lovers. It could be a love situation. And here it is. It's you going away, going from a situation that you're not particularly happy with to a good situation. You may have to be strategic at this time, or during this time. There may be some strategy. Remember when I said you're competing with someone else? So there may be some strategy involved in this, but I have to tell you, it's looking pretty good. It really, really is. And so far, I think every Taurus has pulled this side of this card. And you see how this side is turbulent and dark, and this is calm, and this, I think all three groups have pulled this. So yeah, you're moving into calmer times here. There is a love offer that either you're going to extend to someone else, or someone's going to extend to you. I have a feeling someone's going to come in with a love offer, and it's going to come out of the blue like a lightning strike. There is abundance here on the table. This is something you've been waiting for, and you've either been waiting for a specific person, Taurus, or you've been waiting for any person, like some good relationship to come forward. You've been waiting for it. You've been exercising patience about it. You are going to experience a rebirth in the love department. What was, it looks like here you have the Three of Swords, and I bet that you have gone through some pain. This is an indication of pain in the past for sure, but it looks like you do come out of this. I mean, you heal yourself, and whoever's coming in is coming in for this healed version of you. And I think that's beautiful. You have a King of Cups here on the table, and the King of Cups could be male or female, but this is definitely someone. It doesn't have to be a water sign. This is someone with love in their heart for you. Someone who's balanced. Someone who brings with them a sense of alchemy and balance and joy. Here it is. I think one other group pulled this card as well. Don't be so caught up in the details of this that you miss the big picture, the ship in the background here, Taurus. You have, same thing. You have the egg. You see how, like, there is somebody. What's the word? Don't come and don't sit and wait for this and stare it into existence. This is going to come to you naturally when it should. You do have the 10 of Cups here, but this is something in the distance. I don't think this is something that's going to happen tomorrow. Sudden change. Don't forget, this is birthday to birthday. You have all year for all these things to happen, but it's something you've been trying to manifest. It's something that you have been more than disturbed about, that it hasn't manifested. And we don't read these cards in reverse because they have two sides. You are going to be presented with choices suddenly. You are suddenly going to have choices. You are suddenly going to be able to see the sun coming up in this situation. You are going to be logical in the end. And here it is. Here's your tower. Remember I said it was like a tower moment? It is like a tower moment. But you see, it's not destructive tower moment, right? This is just a lightning strike out of nowhere. Believe in the impossible. You have, this person is going to be like a gift. It may come when you least expect it. In fact, I know it will. You may have your guard up. You may be a little guarded. I think you should sort of be careful with that sword. Don't be so guarded. This is slowly making its way towards you, but once it is slowly making its way towards you, but I think that you don't see it. You're not going to see it until it's too late, until it's upon you. See, that's a love situation. That's an offer. This person is going to offer you respite. This person is going to bring you into a brand new timeline. This person is something, it's almost like a message you've been waiting for. Maybe you've been sitting around saying, when is it my turn? When are good things going to happen to me? And it's going to happen very soon. It's going to be very passionate, and it's going to be something you're going to want to work on. It's going to bring love with it, and it's going to, and I do think another Taurus has pulled this. You may feel that you're stuck, but you're starting to see the sun. Do you see the sun in the background through that window? On this side, you wouldn't see the sun. You're starting to see the light. You're starting to see that you have more choices than you think. You're going to come into balance, and you're going to see this gift that is behind you, even in the times of darkness when you felt like you weren't getting anything that you were trying to manifest. You have the sword of truth and clarity, and you have the universe bringing you a gift, and you also have a period of sacrifice. And I think the sacrifice here is to have faith. Believe in the impossible. Have faith. Just don't forget, your diamond is coming. It's going to come quickly once you see it, okay? Yeah, see, this is the universe bringing you a gift. This is the card of manifestation. This is a gift. This is a gift. This would be you manifesting things with the power of your mind, with your actions. This is a gift from the universe. It's going to be two people on this 10 of Pentacles card. It is going to be pretty sexy. You're going to be victorious. You might want to look for this relationship, and this is a maybe during the next eclipse we have. I think the eclipse season's in the fall. You have this is something that's going to be very private, at least initially. It's going to be a very private thing. This is going to be something that you look at as a gift. You're going to maybe think clearly for the first time in your life. You have some stress. It's going to take work, but the work is worth it. On this side, this is just work for the hell of it, the work for leading nowhere, and this is work leading to the good stuff. Total change of cycle, and I think all of you have pulled one of these cards. You are pulling this card on this side, and it's absolutely a beautiful card. It's the card of synchronicity. You are in charge here. Don't worry. The universe hears you. They hear you. You have stability here with the Queen of Pentacles. Just make sure you see it when you're supposed to. Don't turn your back to the possibility here. Have faith. You have a back to the possibility here. You can tell this person is trying to manifest. This Emperor here is trying to manifest something behind him, right? And you have the same thing here. There's more to this offer than meets the eye. And when I say that, I mean it's positive, healing energy. If you have been through some crap, expect some healing energy. You're going to be setting out on a new road, but it will not be alone. You are going to be making plans for your future. And here you are, Taurus, coming in very strong in your reading. This may be something that you fought for. This may be something that you may have been healing from some past trauma that someone else has done to you. Maybe you felt the need to be protective with yourself. But with this new energy coming in, it's sultry, it's beautiful, it's happiness. And it is a wish with that shooting star here. It is a wish. It is something you wanted. This is something you wanted. So let's move to your money portion here. You have horseshoe, which is great. This is good luck. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better than that in a money reading, right? Here on this side, at the bottom of the deck, you have tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. Okay, that's good too. You have growth. I mean, hey, that's great. Whatever's going on this year with your money is going to be positive. Let's look at this here. You have the King of Wands, which is great energy for money. This is something that you're impassioned about. Perhaps you're really, really looking for growth. You're really, really looking to make, you're looking to make everything, you're looking to make more of whatever it is you had. You want to multiply things. You have the ability and you have the passion here with the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands to do that. And man, you have the ability with the Magician as the manifestor. You might be a little unbalanced. Yeah, you might be a little unbalanced. You may be trying to do too much. Maybe you're trying to listen. I don't want to say that's a warning, because it looks like whatever it is you're doing is working. Maybe the people around you feel that you're not particularly balanced when it comes to this. But I can tell you it looks damn good to me, for sure. You have here a collaboration that you are ending. Perhaps you're just not feeling it anymore. This could be a job. This could be a partnership. You are going to go introspective with this Virgo card, and you're going to come to some sort of conclusion. There may be something you're waiting for currently. You are going to use your judgment here, and there is a new partnership on the table. The new partnership could be an actual partnership as far as business partnership, or it could be a partnership between you and a job. That's a partnership as well. There could be something new on the table. There you could have a very competitive field here on the table. There could be like a lot of backstabbing that goes on in this field. But you, as the Queen of Wands, are going to move forward, and you're going to be very, very successful, especially with the star. I mean, yeah, you have your hopes and dreams here. The star, your wish is coming true. You have the Hierophant, and obviously this has come out in every Taurian reading because I do go through the whole deck, but he is upright and looking very strong, moving away from things that are no longer suit him, going towards something new, something that he's going to love. He has to end something in order for something else to begin. You have the strength to do this. You may not feel particularly impassioned by something that's going to be presented to you. There's going to be some sort of offer presented to you, and you're not going to be particularly excited about it. You are going to look into other things. You have choices. After all, your thinking may be a little clouded for part of this year. For part of this decision-making process, you're being asked to be extremely logical here. Keep your head about you. Don't show your cards. you're going to move into Emperor energy, which is really good energy for you. It's Aries energy, and it's going to come, you're going to move into it like a hand in a glove. This is going to be a path that you love. You are going to have to walk away from one thing and move into another. This may be a bit of a tower moment for you when all this happens. But the tower clears the way for something brand new to take its place. You are going to feel unstuck after this tower moment. You're going to feel like you're starting over. And you are. I mean, you have the little buds of newness coming in. But and then the roots start to take shape and you start to plan, go on your brand new journey, and you have your Ace of Cups. I mean, that is beauty. That is something, that is an offer or a new path, especially coming after the Fool, that you're going to love. If you're having money problems, or if you had money problems, that will be a thing of the past. You're ridding yourself of some toxic energy here, and you are waiting. In your future, you're going to be waiting for something, because something is coming, and I think you realize something's coming. Every Taurus, I think, has pulled this card, which really makes it really great for Taurus as far as wealth. You are going to come up with some sort of an idea with that light bulb going off. You are healing from something in your past, and this could be a healing of finances. Maybe you had financial problems in the past, or maybe someone screwed you over at work, but there is some sort of healing that's taken place. You're a little on your guard, but you see clearly now, and you're not going, and here's the card of Taurus. You see that bull right in the card. You are going to move into your stability here. There is going to be an offer presented to you that you're going to decide against. You are going to make a decision here that is going to be better for your stress levels in the end, and you're going to have a lot less anxiety. You're going to start working on something here once you walk away from this other thing, and you're going to accept an offer finally that's made to you. There is going to be an offer that you're going to accept, because you know it's going to lead somewhere good, and you're going to hang on to this thing for dear life. All the things that happened in the past with this backstabbing is a thing of the past, especially when it's followed by this particular card. You have abundance coming into your future, and this is a card that came in upright for, I think, all three of you. You have the indecision is over with. The joy is coming. You may feel here with the Temperance, you may feel a little off balance when all this starts to happen, especially when you see this Eight of Wands coming towards you so quickly. But don't fear, you're going to be rock solid with this Queen of Pentacles, and you have this thing coming in. It's a gift. It's beauty. You're going to worry about your future, but it's not necessary for you to worry. All these offers that are coming in, you're going to be able to sift through them. You're going to show some determination here. But you're slowly going to get your crap together. And I'm telling you, once you do, there's not going to be any stopping you. You have the ability to think very logically. I think that you're going to snap out of a certain state of thinking about things. I think you're going to take your time. I think the people around you might sort of try to push you into a quick decision. And finally, you will release something from your life in lieu of the crisp new sword that's presented to you. You may have to be strategic with all this. But you have a new world coming to you. You are going to be able to help people in your life, and I think that you are going to do so in a balanced way. You're going to remember the people that have helped you, and you're going to help them back. And at the last card is the Victory card, and I do think this is an amazing reading for you. But it does look like you are rising currently from ashes here. Now, whether this ashes is your love life, your finances, or both, only you can tell me that. But this says to believe in the impossible, and this is extreme. This is a tower moment in ruin form. You saw me deal the cards. So, I mean, it's just very straightforward, my readings, especially if you ever want to slow them down, you can do that too. You can use that gear thing and watch me shuffle in real time. But I get annoyed with the shuffling with readers. You know, I feel like it takes up too much time. I'd like to just talk while I have the screen, but at the same time, I want you to know I'm actually shuffling them, so I put that on there too. In any case, I really wish you the best birthday. Big hugs, Taurus. Namaste. Hello Taurus, welcome to your birthday reading. If you have chose the obelisk in group number 2, this is your reading. So let's get started here. Now, just keep in mind that all 3 readings are for Taurus, and if this doesn't resonate, please choose another one. We have here 2 cards. The first card is the Peacock's Tail. Usually when we pull this card, this is Spirit trying to tell you to think outside of the box. Think in color rather than in black and white. There might be some things in your life that you're approaching in a very black and white manner that need to be approached in color. You have vinegar here. There might be something that happens this year in your birthday year that causes you to be a little sour. Now, when I say that, it could be something that's actually going on right now. It could be something you're very aware of, but we'll see as we pull more. We have, let me see, this is kind of buried here. We have adjustments are required. So you need to make some adjustments either in your love life or in your career and money segment. So we'll see as we uncover this. This tells me that Spirit is by your side in this. You're kind of being led. Taurian people can be a little stubborn. They might have to be led a little bit in order to get to the good stuff. So Spirit here is reminding you that they're right by your side. They're leading you in this journey on your birthday year. So let's start with your love life here. You do have the eagle, and the eagle is triumphed over troubles and obstacles. If you are feeling like you have obstacles in your love life, this is definitely a good omen. Here we have the one thing that many Taurians don't like to hear, patience. Some things still need to be dealt with for this connection to manifest. So if you're trying to manifest a connection, Spirit is trying to tell you to have some patience. If you're trying to deepen a current connection, still the same thing. Have some patience. You have, let me do this so you can see each card. You have here the Queen of Pentacles, and she could very well be a Taurus, male or female, by the way. Earth sign, very grounded, very stable. And we have the Hermit, another earth sign. This is Virgo energy, but more than that, this is someone who goes inward to find answers. Someone who may require some help to find those answers. As we see in this particular side on this particular card, this is the vice versa deck. On this side, he's alone, and on this side, he has friends. He has people helping him. So you might have someone that you trust to guide you through this journey. You are going to be celebrating here, Taurus. Before, I have a tickle in my throat. Before this year is over, before your 2024 to 2025 birthday year is over, you're going to have celebratory energy, and you're going to be falling into Emperor energy, which is someone who pretty much has it all. Aries energy, to be exact. You have a ship. You're going to get on that ship, and you're not going to be thinking about the cups that have spilled over. You're going to be on the ship. This is very, very positive reading in your love life here. You have lightning that may strike. It says control your anger, but I'm not seeing it that way at all. I am seeing it as a lightning strike. Something happens out of the blue. Maybe when you least expect it. Maybe you're tired of waiting for this manifestation to occur. Maybe you're tired of waiting for this relationship to get better, but out of nowhere, suddenly it does, because right under it, you have you will receive a gift. So I do believe with these cards, we're going to pull through the deck. But I do see with these cards that it's positive. It really is. You do have this card, and this is the Seven of Wands in reverse. You may be tired of fighting for this connection or waiting for a connection. You may be in a mode where you're tired. We don't read these in reverse, by the way, because they have two sides. So you maybe have put yourself in a self-imposed prison, but I think you're starting to see the light. Do you see how when he looks out the window, he does see light? On this side, he's sort of trapped, right? And you can see those swords aren't real. So you are seeing the light. I think you are. This is the future. I think you will. I think you'll start to see past this. And here we do. We have the manifestation card, something manifesting for you. And I'm glad I said that. I'm glad I used the word manifest, because this is the card of manifestations coming true. You have the King of Cups in reverse. So this is something you might not see coming here, Taurus. You might not see it coming. You have healing to do, and perhaps you're on that road to healing from a past pain. But what you have waiting for you in your future is something really nice. You have the Ten of Cups, which is completion. What you had in your past, it may have been deluded. You may have been deluded. You may have been lied to. You may have been offered choices that didn't exist. You may be traumatized from that. You have the Moon here, and the Moon tells us, the Moon in this particular reading, especially with this deck, I do think the Moon is telling me and you that you may not be seeing things as clearly as you could. You may be waiting on something to such a degree that, and you may have gone through so many bad things that you think badly. This is the Seven of Swords. This is energy of people who lie, right? And here you have some Taurian energy on the table here. And I love this for you because you've shown up in your own reading. And this is you being grounded, stepping into your own power, perhaps after a long battle with either yourself or other people. You are stepping into a very logical. You're being very logical, or at least you're stepping into this energy. You're stepping into logic. You're stepping into the sword is the sword of clarity. So you're going to have a lot of clarity here. There's going to be a message that you wait for with this page, and you might not get this message right away. But as you can see with this Five of Pentacles, yes, he does not look particularly happy, but he doesn't look uncomfortable. Like on this side, he would be extremely uncomfortable. He'd be out in the cold. He'd be alone. He'd be destitute. Obviously, this man is not out in the cold, but he is going through something, and he might be very upset waiting for something to blossom and occur. You do have the Two of Pentacles, and this is a light warning to tell you that don't get so hung up on certain things that you miss the big picture. You miss that ship in the background. You don't want to miss what you've been waiting for, because what you have been waiting for here, Taurus, it may look grim, like the picture kind of looks grim. He's sitting there staring at the tree like, is this ever going to come? But you have this egg here. And it's hidden behind the tree. So yes, it's coming. It's just not coming in the time that you would like it to, right? It's that patience again. You have your Four of Wands. You have your happily ever after, and it is on its way. You need to have some patience. You are waiting. I can see whoever's reading this is getting a little impatient. Maybe you have been waiting a very long time for happiness here, Taurus. But there is going to be something that happens, a little spark of something that lets you know you're on the right track. You are going to be able to exhale finally, and balance will be brought back into your life. You may think about things that have happened in the past. The Ten of Swords in this picture is somebody thinking about things that have happened in the past, not things that have happened or things that are happening. So you may look at the times you have gotten screwed over in the past, and it might be eclipsing what's actually going on. if that makes sense to you. You have, yeah, you could be crying over those spilt cups, but behind you, you have that flower of hope. You are, for all intents purposes, going to be you're going to be happy, okay? You're going to be happy on your own first. You have to be happy on your own first. Once you're happy on your own first and you give up the need to control, something will happen out of the blue. Something's coming towards you. I've said that a few times. There's Empress energy coming towards you. This is abundance, fertility, beauty, great energy. And here we have fire energy. Perfect. You have the Queen of Wands coming towards you too. And don't get hung up on these sexes here. You have someone coming towards you, and in my opinion, it might be a fire sign. This might be something that happens that you don't talk publicly about. You may not share it on social media. You may be keeping it to yourself, especially when it first starts or when things first get deep. I think that's smart. I think that it's a mistake to share your whole life on social media. That's just my opinion. You do have here the card of victory, and the card of victory tells us that you're going to be victorious. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune, but the Wheel of Fortune is depicted differently here. You have you as the magician guiding the Wheel of Fortune. So this whole situation you have control over, and once you start exerting that control, and start understanding you're not victim to the Wheel of Fortune, you're spinning the Wheel of Fortune, unlike this side, right? You will be a lot better off. I think once you realize what's going on here, you're going to go after what it is you want. And here we have the Queen of Wands counterpart, the King of Wands. So you have two counterparts here, not too far apart. And you do have Judgment. So you do have a rebirth here. If this is an existing relationship, expect it to deepen. If this is a new relationship, expect it to come out of the blue. You do have Passion here. And I do like this side better. This side is nice, don't get me wrong. It is a lightning strike, and that's kind of hot energy. But this is enduring energy, and I like that better for you. You do have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is, somebody coming for you, or you coming for someone else, and that other person being receptive to that. And here's your lightning strike out of nowhere again. Yeah, for many of you, this is going to come out of nowhere. You are going to leave with this beautiful new energy into a different direction. And here you have the Queen of Cups facing us, directly looking into our eyes. Love is on the table. And so is balance. You have Sagittarian energy here, but you have the Great Alchemist. And the Great Alchemist is someone who knows they're in charge of the outcome, and that's you, Taurus. You do have the World here, so you will complete a cycle if you have the patience to endure it. Yes, it will be hard work, but it will be hard work that will be beautiful energy look, especially for that shooting star there. I mean, for those of you who are interested in having a family is definitely here on the table. If you already have a family and you're looking to sort of take two families and put them together, that's also on the table. But children, whether they're adults or not, are on the table. Family gatherings. This is you rising from the ashes. You may have had a tough time in your life, but the phoenix rises. And you will work on this connection. This connection is going to be something that's very important to you. This person is going to be your respite when you've had a terrible day, when you've had an awful week, when something terrible happens, when you lose someone, perhaps, depressed about a loss in the family. This person will be right next to you. And beautiful. It's followed by the Two of Cups, which is, this is your counterpart. You're going to make an offer towards this person, or this person is going to make an offer towards you. The really strong seas and the turbulent energy will calm down, and you're going to see things extremely clearly, perhaps for the first time in a long time. And here we have the happiest card in the deck, which is joy. The joy does come from an energy that can be a little tiny combative. This may be a thing that you fight for. You may fight for this. You do have you do have another page of cups here, but there is something attached to this page. I think that this page is more than you think they are. This meaning this offer. This offer might be a lot deeper than you think when you first hear it. It's coming to you slowly. You have to think about this reading going birthday to birthday. There is something slowly making its way towards you, though, Taurus, and this is going to be something that you're going to treasure and prize. You have the mind to do this. You have the mind to look deeply into a situation and understand its value. And here it is, its value. You have definitely, you may feel stuck, but I have to tell you, you've had the sword the whole time to break yourself out of this. Toxic behavior is a thing of the past. Healing energy is now on the table. A new road opens for you. Man, you have the sword of truth, and coupled with the sword of truth, you have a gift from the universe. See, this side is a little bit different. They're both good, but this is beautiful. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Instead of having one person on the card, which is great, you have two people. You have the Lovers, Gemini energy, yes, but more than that, this is a choice you make, and this is definitely a tie with another person. The road behind this person is falling away. This person is leaving, and there is no road to come back. Once you go down this road with this person, it is a one-way trip. There is a certain death going on in your life, but it's a positive death. It's the end of a cycle. You have this Knight of Wands energy. This is highly sexual energy. Nothing wrong with that. You also have this beautiful logic. You have logic on your side, and you also have this beautiful sexual energy. You're going to have a lot wrapped up in one relationship. You're going to be able to plan and know. I mean, this isn't just planning, this is waiting, because you know. The two of you are going to be able to plan together and really have a future together. After all, you're the magician in this deck. You will face demons together. You will face anything you need to face together. And you'll be stronger for it. You do have the King of Pentacles, but this King of Pentacles on this side, you see he has something behind him. Does he know it's there? Maybe, but it's there. It's something of value. You're going to open up choices. There's going to be choices opened up to you. This relationship is a complete thumbs up. But the only thing you need to do is practice patience and waiting for it here, Taurus. Okay, now let's look at your other side here. So you have Pale. Let me move this a little bit so I have more room. You have Pale, and this is it. It's time to get out of a situation. There is some sort of situation, monetary situation here on the table that needs to be looked at. You have a credit repair on the table. Your credit may need to be repaired, or there may be some sort of work you need to do on your finances to get them to where you want to be. I'm going to pull these up. You have the Star in reverse, which you are in need of healing, meaning your monetary situation is in need of healing. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is something quickly happening. There's a little bit of almost like an instability here. Yeah, your balance is a little bit off here with Temperance. You may feel very unable to manifest what you want. You may be feeling frustrated here. The Sun in reverse. I mean, the Sun in reverse doesn't always mean something bad, but it's definitely not joy the way you'd like to experience it. And here you feel like you're getting breadcrumbed. You might be feeling like that. You may be feeling like you're lacking balance here in your life, like you're getting breadcrumbed, or maybe you're giving a little to this bill and a little to that bill, and you're not getting ahead. There seems to be a thing with money here. Here at the bottom of the deck, you do have happiness, though. And under the happiness, you have a goal-oriented person. So your goal, obviously, right? All our goals is to be happy. But let's look at the deck and see what you need to get there. There's definitely something going on here where you need to fix something. All right, to put it simply, and it says adjustments are required, and there is the vinegar card here, so I could see how this could be a little bit on the vinegar side, but you do have the peacock, and the peacock feather tells us to think out of the box, think in a different way. You may be feeling very anxious about your finances. You may be feeling very sort of blah about your finances, like there's no way out, like there's no new things coming in for you to change anything. You may be feeling on a bit of the angry side. I mean, the King of Swords isn't always angry, but I think that he is not particularly happy in this reading. You have the Emperor in reverse. That's, the opposite of where you would like to be. Maybe someone in your life is using their position of power against you. Maybe you're just not feeling the way you would like to feel. I mean, that's really what I'm getting, as simple as that sounds. Like you're not where you want to be, and it's aggravating to you. You have a collaboration that might help. I mean, it looks like if you collaborate with someone else on this situation, it does open you up to thinking differently with the Hermit. Going inward, thinking differently about it. You do have loss of money, or at least, I don't know if it's loss. It's more like you not being in the abundant place you want to be. You not getting the opportunities that you'd like to get. You healing from perhaps people backstabbing you. You not being victorious. But there may be a point where you, Taurus, may be a little stubborn, and maybe you need help that you're just saying, I got this. But everyone at some point in their life needs help. You may be so upset about these cups that you're not looking behind you to see what's behind you. In other words, you're not thinking clearly. You are not feeling financially stable. You might be waiting on a decision. You might be waiting on a message. You might be waiting on something here. But according to the cards, you will find balance and justice again. You are. And with happiness at the bottom of this deck, I have no doubt that's true, but it doesn't look easily won. You have judgment in reverse. Watch your judgment during this time. You may be breaking off a partnership with someone. This partnership could be an actual partnership at work, or it could be just your relationship with a job that you are trying to just break away from. There may be a little bit of competition at this job. There may be a little squabbling at this job. It's definitely not setting you up to be passionate about your future. You may be worried about money. But I have to tell you, you do have the happily ever after card. And with this, like that, I mean, you are going to come out of this. What I've gotten so far anyway from this reading is that you need to ask for help. You need to collaborate, and you need to have a plan. And you will pull yourself out of this and head on, head on into a brand new cycle and a new future. You're going to have to juggle a few things. You may not be terribly on fire about this particular job or opportunity initially. But Spirit is trying to tell you, don't lose that push, that optimism, that fire, because it will pay off. It will pay off. You have here, you have the Two of Swords in reverse, which I like for you because you're no longer putting a blindfold on and being stubborn. You're releasing that a little bit. You may have been dealing with people who weren't exactly honest with you, or who may not have had your best intentions at heart, but this is in reverse. So your future perfect is clear. Okay, it's sudden clarity. It's an offer that you have or an offer that you make that is successful. This is the card of Taurus. This is something that you're going to love. This is something that you're going to grab onto. And here it is. You're going full force into this. And what may seem not so interesting at first becomes extremely interesting, and you're going to fight for this. You are going to get your fire back here. There is something moving towards you very quickly, but it's not going to be quickly as in tomorrow. It's going to happen later in your year, but it seems like once you see it coming, you'll see it coming, and then all of a sudden it'll be there. You're not going to have to wait once you see it coming. It's just going to be you closing out one cycle, getting rid of this oppression, being the just what is the word? You're going to stand your ground. You're going to make it through. It's not going to be easy, but you are going to have happiness here at the end of the road, and you're going to be able to use this as a stepping stone and a building block to new things after it. You're going to be a little cocky about it, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you will avoid this tower moment. And I think that you're worried about a tower moment in your finances. And I think it's going to be a tough ride, time to get out of a situation. But I think you do so beautifully. You do have the Queen of Cups. So this is something, like I said, I'm reiterating, it's going to be a situation you're really going to enjoy and love. This is going to make you feel strong. This is going to allow you to release the past. Perhaps get some rest that you need. Heal from whatever the hell happened. Apparently something happened here. And, definitely once you're in this nice, calm, introspective situation, you're going to come up with more ideas. That light bulb is going to go off, and you're going to get unstuck. And once you get unstuck, the forward motion is going to be incredible. You do have the King of Cups again. This could be two people. This could be a partnership of some kind. And if it's not, like I said, this is something that you're going to love more and more. We went from the Page of Cups to the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups. This has longevity. This is you closing out a cycle. You're killing something, dude or dudette. The sun is rising in the background. You are going to triumph. Whatever confusion you had in the past is going to give birth to choices. You have the moon in reverse, sudden clarity. You are going to be working on this. And hey, you have the devil, but there ain't nothing wrong with that. The devil is actually a good card to get in a money reading. You are going to be a success in the earthly realm. And what sits in the earthly realm, money does. If you have felt the pinch of finances running low in the past, those days are over. You have the ability to hold things in your hand and actually make plans and feel excited about it. You are going to walk away from something in the process, and you're going to commit to something else. You are manifesting a new future for yourself. The waiting is over. You have the Page of Cups here. You're going to have more than one offer. You are. Either way, you're going to end up abundant. You're going to end up celebratory, and you're going to be able to put that sword down that you went into this with. I think you're going to release that once this choice is made. And here we go. You couldn't ask for a better last card. You have the Fool, and you do have happiness. And you also have that goal-oriented person. I do think you're going to become a goal-oriented person if you're not that way right now. Something might have put out your fire here, but it's temporary energy, and I want you to get back to me on your birthday in 2025 and tell me how right I am here, Taurus. Big hugs. Happy birthday. Hello Taurus, my name is Nigel. You have found alchemy. If you have chosen the pyrite spear, this is your reading, group 1. Okay, so let's get started. All right, let's just start with this. I did leave this in reverse, but we do not read them in reverse, just so you know. You do have antimony here. Antimony is like sacred, wise salt. This denotes a life that was not easily won. You may have reached many goals, you may have become very wise, but your wisdom has come through many, many pains and many pleasures. You've had a wealth of experience, regardless of how old you actually are. Your wisdom is on point. It is not just wisdom that you hear on the internet, on memes that you're repeating. This is stuff you've lived through, that you actually do know the answers to, that you maybe are trying to impart on other people. And there may be other people in your life that look to you for these things. You do have luck is on your side here, and you and your loved ones are safe. Now, the luck is on your side is a great omen for your birthday year, and you and your loved ones are safe. Could be your worrying about loved ones, but I do think somehow this has to do with you and your safety, and that safety could be anything, right? As we get into the reading, we'll figure that out, but the safety could be you feeling unsafe in love, showing your feelings. It could be you feeling a little unsteady in your finances, but there is a female energy here. This is the ruin of the female, and so that could obviously be you, or it could be someone you're dealing with, and if it is someone you're dealing with, this is someone who is very important in your life, extremely important in all matters, finance and love. So like I said, this could represent you if you are indeed feminine. So let's get started. We'll start on love here. You did pull the crown here, and the crown is honor and respect will come to you, which is beautiful. And you also have the bottom of the deck here, the goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And when this comes out in a love reading, it's increase in general that you are dealing with here, which is great. Increase, goldfish and crown, absolutely great energy. And here we do have fair man, and I usually don't go that far into that particular deck, but for some reason it says dealings with a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Again, could be you, could be somebody you're dealing with. You do have leave your fears behind. Now that sort of makes sense when we compare it to this, right? You and your loved ones are safe. Remember when I said safety? Leave your fear behind. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming. I don't know about a relationship in being specific about a relationship, possibly. It could be any relationship. Your fears are limiting you. Let's look at some of these cards. I'm going to pull them up one by one, so this way it's easier for you to see everything. You do have the Magician, which is always a beautiful omen. It's something you are in charge of your own destiny. You have all the tools necessary, and you have the shooting star behind you, which is beautiful for a love reading. This is, you're manifesting something that it looks like you're going to get. These do not get read in reverse because they're dual-sided, so I always read them right side up. This is the card of passion, but it's not passion in a lightning strike kind of way. This is enduring passion. So you have a passion and love here on the table that you are manifesting. Perhaps you're trying to manifest a relationship that has passion, but it is based in pure love. You do have here the King of Cups in reverse, and I say reverse using, it's not exactly reversed. It is him putting his back. There might be some things here, Taurus, that you're not seeing, or some things that you refuse to look at. I do think it's something within yourself here. You do have Temperance here in reverse, Sagittarian energy for sure, but this is instead of somebody alchemizing one thing into another, they're sort of facing the gallows here, and the gallows is where the hangman resides. And where the hangman resides is a place of contemplation. Yes, you're strong. Yes, you're wise. But you have to be contemplative now. And I think you realize that there is there is a relationship here on the table, and this with the star here is a relationship that you have manifested. And I was drawn to pull an extra card here. I don't know if you noticed that while I was shuffling. You do have here the Knight of Cups in reverse. So there is something here on the table that you are both drawn to and afraid of at the same time. There is a fear, and fear came out twice, and I am feeling it. There is a fear of getting what you want, almost. I don't know if it's exactly that in your mind. Your mind might be worried that you're going to get hurt. Your mind might be worried that this person has too much power over you. This might be somebody in your life right now, or this may be someone that you're going to meet in your birthday year. But it is absolutely on the table for a reason. You are wise, but there's always more to learn. And I think the great work in most of our lives is ourselves, right? We're always learning things about ourselves. You do have really nice energy to be alone if you choose to be alone, for sure. But here and you might be very defensive about that. There's a part of you that's afraid to be a part of a couple. There's a part of you that's afraid to be alone. You see value in both. You can be quite defensive. You can be quite stubborn. You may have a very large ego. But I think part of you is realizing, and I think that's why this wise card is here. Part of you is realizing it's not just up to you. I think you realize there's stronger energies here at play other than just you. I think you're going away from a certain way of thinking this birthday year, and I do think you're going to discover things that you did not know. Maybe certain things that your ego prevented you from seeing. You do have here the Judgment on this side, and this is the great circle of life. Yeah, from the Lion King. It is a circle, but more than that, it is the changing of the times. We go from childhood, we come from our mother, and then we turn into a man, if that's what we are. We turn into a woman. It is a certain type of freedom in knowing all this stuff, but I do think this means that you're learning a lot about yourself this year. I think part of you may have believed that you knew yourself so well that there was nothing more to learn. But I do think you're going to be proven wrong. There's messages coming in, and these messages are going to give you a brand new lease. This is the Page of Wands, but if you notice in this deck, it is the Phoenix rising to become something else once again. I do think you're going to walk away from certain outdated, you're going to view them as outdated, and you're going to have, as the Lovers card tells us, you're going to have a choice. And I think once you make this choice, a whole new world may open up to you. I think this is going to be a year of learning for you. You may be, as far as the love goes, you may be competitive. You may be feeling a bit competitive with other people. Maybe someone is competing with your love interest this year, but it is going to ignite something, and I don't think it's necessarily bad. I think it's just it's going to awaken something in you, and you are going to feel this you're going to have this feeling here that almost makes you uneasy, but at the same time excites you. You're going to be collaborating. Perhaps it's been a while since you've done that, collaborating, being a team player with another person in a love situation. You do have the High Priestess, and in this on this side, she holds the key. All she has to do is turn around to see the key. She's so busy looking in the other direction that she may not realize she has the answers here. She may not realize, as the star indicates, she may be looking at something that she's been looking at for so long she doesn't see it's not real. There is something real behind her, though, and you are going to start out on a brand new path with the Fool. Here you have the Seven of Pentacles, and on this side, the Seven of Pentacles is just waiting in vain. And it looks to be the same on this side, but it's not, right? There is something fertile behind this person over here, and it's an egg. And that is fertility. That's something he's not aware of. He's looking in the wrong direction. for abundance. The universe is bringing you something. Remember I said I think you start to realize there are stronger things at play here. Whether you believe in God, the angels, the universe, the law of attraction, whatever it is you believe in, that you are being gifted with something finally. And I do think you're going to be able to exhale once this happens. I don't think you're going to go back to that other way of thinking. It's a one-way trip. And here you have the egg again here in this Virgo card. There is an egg, there is fertility, there is something afoot. You are going to feel, you may fight this initially. This has been an extremely slow burn as far as your here we go. This is the Ten of Swords, but if you notice, this person isn't really hurt, and you may be studying pain from the past. But if you notice the eclipse right there, we've just went through an eclipse, and I think the eclipse was a key time. I think something may have started changing inside you. Here you have the Hierophant, but he is on this side, and what differs you from the other groups that I did, I think they all got this side, but you have this side. And what did I say on the other side of the high priestess? There were keys, and here's the key again. And you have apples, which is indicative of abundance. So the Hierophant is looking in the wrong direction. The Hierophant needs to look within to find the answers here. You may be a very stubborn human being normally, and here we have an eclipse card again. Yes, this is the moon, but the moon is being eclipsed. There's something that there has been something you're not looking at here. You have a victory that was not easily won, and I think that goes along with the Salt card here. The trials and tribulations of your life, the wisdom that you have, they were not easily gained. You went through a lot of pain, you went through a lot of ups and downs. This thing that's coming in is a promise of love, but I think you're a little skeptical of it. You have, again, a card of somebody looking the other way. Here is the Emperor now looking out over his kingdom instead of behind him. He has so much power here. There is so much knowledge here, and he's looking the other way. You have the Nine of Wands. I think you're going to take one last stand. I think you're nice. And you end up in a really nice synchronized place with the Four of Wands here, and you're not alone, by the way. You may have spent a lot of time crying over spilt milk, but I do think the future here for you is quite different. You have balance coming into your future. You have truth coming into your future, and this is truth you find yourself. You have, or this side, I would say you're going to be brought a truth. You're going to be brought a gift here, but I think this is something you come to terms with. You do the exploration, and it makes you go straight ahead. I think you start to realize that there is that thing behind you, and I do think you step into a fire power, even though you are an earth sign. I think it sort of sets you on fire a little bit. You have joy here with the sun, but it is not easily won. There are walls there that need to come down here, Taurus. You have the all the tools to get rid of the ties that bind you, and you will be abundant. And when I see the dog, I do see loyalty. There is loyalty around you, and it's going to lead into this Ten of Cups energy. You may feel that you may feel like it's hard work for nothing. You're going to have a time this year where you're going to say, this is just too much work. But I do think when you get to the gallows here and you start to really give this some thought with this Piscean energy, something hits you. Something hits you, and you start to realize something. You start to realize that there is value in this. You start to realize that there is strength in this. You kill the last part of that part of you that is no longer useful to you. It stands in the way of your rebirth. You perhaps stop doing all like juggling all the things you were juggling, and if you notice, there's other people in the background, and it's like you're almost like you were trying to be so many things to so many people, and it sort of made you feel like you were in prison, even though those swords are not real. There is something coming towards you quickly, and this is love. And when I say quickly, it doesn't mean that you're going to have this tomorrow. It means that by the time you see it, like, you won't see it coming, and then you'll see it, and then all of a sudden it'll smack you. You're going to have choices, finally, choices that lead to a lot of joy. And you have once again, Taurus, look behind you. What's behind you? A lot of ice. There's a lot that you need to thaw that out. I do think something's going to click, and you're going to understand exactly what I'm saying here. And once again, look behind you. There's fertility. There are things you're not seeing about yourself. There's things you're not seeing about this relationship. If you don't know what this relationship is, you will. All I can tell you is that when this comes into your life, keep your eyes open, keep your mind open. Don't close your mind up, because you are wise, but you don't know everything yet. As long as you're breathing, you don't know everything yet. You have the Queen of Wands here, which is, furthermore, it's something that ignites your passion, something that you're going to want to hang on to. You may have felt lonely in the past. You may have felt out in the cold. You may have felt abandoned, perhaps, by someone. But I don't think you realize there's something germinating here for you. There's a lot of archetypes with their backs to us. Something they're not seeing. This is the one archetype I like when their back is to us. The toxic behavior could be a thing of the past for you. I think there was some sort of toxic behavior. I think somebody comes into your life and offers you a closed cycle. I think this might be a bit of a tower moment for you, but it's in a positive way. You may feel the need to hide. You may feel the need to be strategic because of a past pain. There's something in your past, or maybe a series of somethings in your past that makes you feel very strategic. But I do think here with the Empress, especially with that star there, I do think this is going to be something you can drop those walls for. And here you have something that you are working on that's going to create long-term wealth. What is long-term wealth in a love reading? It is an enduring type of love. It is something that you work on that actually bears fruit. Pretty good. The only thing to keep in mind here is your fears. Keep them in check here, Taurus. All right, so let's look at this side. You do have an archway here, and it says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. So that's good for money. And you also have spiritual love. And spiritual love in a finance reading is something that you're going to love. There's something going on that you're really going to enjoy, really going to like. I did pull one more here. You have the Tower, and the Tower in this deck is a solid foundation and success, and it does come with success under it. I don't want to keep pulling, because then I'll be here all day, because I am pulling through this whole deck. You do have a background check, so you may be starting something new that requires a background check. You may be traveling that requires a background check. You may be starting a company. You may be starting a new job. There is something that requires a background check, or perhaps you're doing a background check on someone else. Let's look at all these cards one by one. You are closing out some sort of a cycle here with your job. Perhaps you're starting something brand new. You are going to feel less defensive. I don't know if you felt defensive in the past, but there is some sort of defensive, there's competitiveness here. So you might have been feeling very competitive and stuck, but that is ending, and you are going to start working on something else. I do see a change for you in the workplace. One way or the other. You do have pain in the past, and this pain looks ominous and stuff, but this could just be backstabbing at work, things that have gone on, things that have made you a bit on the defensive side as far as being fiery and standing up for yourself, things that sort of built you, though. I mean, you may have gone through a bunch of stuff, but this made you who you are financially. I think that you're very strong. Very strong. You have messages that will come in here. And, you know, you pulled this on both sides. Pretty interesting. The end of any kind of money worries. You do have the death card. Again, you're ending a cycle. Some of you may be retiring. Some of you may be starting a new job. Some of you may be starting a new business, just going into something entirely different. Yeah, it's going to start small, but it is going to be something you really love, and I don't think you can put a price on that. You have this depicts someone who is so busy concentrating on what's wrong that he doesn't see what's right. But this is in reverse. I think that you're going to have a big, you're going to take an offer. There's going to be an offer or an idea. There's some idea or offer that's going to be presented to you that you're going to be interested enough in to make a judgment call on, and you're going to feel very empowered by this. You're going to look at it and say, I can do this. It's pretty easy. It's going to be very clear to you. This is a partnership, and it's either a partnership between you and your new business, or it's a partnership between you and another person, or it's a partnership between you and a brand new job. But this is a partnership, a marriage of sorts. You are going to be trying to think logically and strategically through this whole thing. I think this new job is going to ask you to be strategic in some way. There's some sort of strategic qualification necessary for you to get to this rainbow. It's going to be a lot less stress than your other job, as both of these cards tell us. And it's going to slowly become successful. I do think you're going to have a moment where it goes from slow, boom. That's what happens. And you're going to be sitting in the sun here at some point. There are things that you may not want to look at. There are things that you maybe should look at. It doesn't look like a giant warning. You do feel a lack of strength at some point during this year. And since it did follow this card, I think maybe you find things out. I don't see it as a huge warning here, but I do think you're leaving the past behind here. And I do think that balance will be needed at some point this year. And these cards came out consecutively. So balance is definitely needed. And as you go through the year, you're going to have a point in this year where you're going to realize I'm right. You're going to say, okay, I think I've gotten to the point where I just need to back up and regain my balance. I think that I've lost my balance. Maybe this thing is so exciting that you don't balance the rest of your life with it correctly. You are impassioned by it, so I can see that happening. I do think that messages will start coming in here where you're going to notice that you've done enough work. Your fortune has changed. Your path has changed. You're officially on this path. You do have the Hierophant in reverse. And the Hierophant in reverse in this deck means a Taurian that is off balance. Or perhaps you're letting go, Taurus, of some very old beliefs that you've always had. I could see both being true. Depending on which group you fall in, you do have abundance here on the table. You are going to have to make a choice about something. You're going to have to, pull some of that stubborn Taurus energy through to the surface at some point. But I do think it's going to end well. I do think you are waiting for something to germinate and come to the surface. I do think you're hanging on tightly to this. And I do think that there's going to be other offers that you turn down during this time. You do have the King of Wands in reverse. I do think you're going to go through ups and downs this year as far as your balance, as far as your energy level. I do think that this new road wow. I do think this new road is going to be lucrative for you as a Taurus. You see that bull there? Yeah, I do think that this new road is going to be lucrative for you. I don't think it's going to be lucrative overnight. I do think that you're going to be victorious. I do think you're going to see things the way you've never seen them before, and I do think you're going to move on to the next thing. I don't think this is the last stop for you, Taurus. I do think you're going to be successful, but I think you're going to get addicted to moving on and doing something even better. I do think that that's the case here. Yeah, I do think you're going to be moving on. I think you have a tower moment, meaning a new idea. I do think you're going to be getting over something in your future, a pain from your past. I did see that with the Ten of Swords reversed as well. You do have you rushing into a brand new venture, you planning. I mean, this is a lot like the Three of Wands in that respect. You are, and here another card of letting go of the past, letting go of toxicity from the past, letting go of perhaps, you know, there might have been times where you were keeping someone afloat, where you were helping them to the point where maybe it wasn't particularly balanced. I think that's going to change. I do think you're going to come out of this span of time much healthier, but I do see you, and I keep saying it, you moving on to yet another goal. You are going to move on to another goal. This isn't the last stop for you here, Taurus. You're going to go inward, and you're going to create even more abundance for yourself in a new thing. In the end, you're going to be very stable. You're going to walk away from what you need to walk away from at the time you're supposed to walk away from it. I see a lot of that here on the table, and you're going to move on to a new collaboration. You do have the Alchemist here, and you know, as Temperance / Sagittarius, that energy alchemizes one thing into another. You go from one thing to another. You trump yourself time after time after time. You may be putting your logic on hold towards the end of this time and going for your intuition. And I think it's going to be a win-win. That is probably outside your comfort zone with that Hierophant in reverse earlier. You do have the Hanged Man, which is Piscean energy. But once again, look, what do we have? We have that light bulb that goes off. And you may not see things very clearly after the light bulb goes off. But look, you have the moon and the stars, right? You have that sort of foggy energy, and it goes straight to healing and you getting your wishes. And yeah, in the end, you're going to have a lot of choices, and you're going to take a lot of different avenues, and you're going to just keep building on it. The wisdom, whatever it is you came into this year with, is going to be nothing compared to the wisdom that you're exiting this year with. And you may be one of the Taurus people who feel scared of lack of control. There's obviously a woman and a man involved in this reading. So yeah, very cool. I don't know. Hold on, you know, I really have the feeling I should pull one more card for you. Just not sure which deck. Hold on one second. Okay, I will use one of these cards. This is a bonus I'm doing just for this group. Okay, for Taurus, birthday year 2024 to 2025, please. You have East, beginnings. And that's really, it is a theme in this. You had beginning after beginning after beginning, and I do think this side, your love side, is really just one person. Whether you have them in your life right now or not, I do think that you're going to struggle with the lack of control. You're going to struggle with some fears that you've had from your past, but I do think you're going to come out of it okay. And this, you're going to have beginning after beginning after beginning. Beautiful energy, definitely beautiful energy. At the bottom of the deck here, you have West, completion. You have East and West. That's a first. You have East and West. All things, all directions, beginnings and completions. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Big hugs, Taurus. Happy birthday.